It will be his first, and we expect him to be walking up from his offices any moment from now. But we are continuing to get reactions from the political parties. Now joining me is ANC Chief Whip, Ms. Phemi Machotina. Thanks, ma'am, for joining us. Firstly, as the ANC, what are the marching orders to the minister, if any?
The marching orders for the minister is to make it a point that we renew, recover, social and economic plan of South Africa. We must make it a point that with the little resources that we have, we make the lives of our people better. There is a serious issue on the rate of unemployment, the decaying infrastructure. We said to the minister, those are some of the things that he must look at. But we know this is a midterm. He cannot do major changes on this. But be that as may, he must be able to sustain what government have started and plan better for the February budget speech.
Plans is one thing, translating them into fruits, it's another thing. How do you think he should be able to do that?
We have agreed as leaders of political parties this morning with the minister that we are going to have an economic dialogue as party leaders and minister, and all of us who must come together and save and rescue our country. There are certain things that we have to compromise and sacrifice in order for us to turn around, especially the economic situation. We cannot keep on borrowing money. We said he must also try by all means to lower the debt, because it is unaffordable. But at the same time, there are basic things that are needed by South Africans. The issue of water, road infrastructure, those are the main things that we can turn this economy around. Because if we are focused on infrastructure, it will create more jobs and sustainable jobs. So we are saying, let's call all South Africans to work together. We all further said we must also involve the trade unions so that we can be able to agree what is going to happen when it comes to salary negotiations, given the situation in which we find ourselves in. We are positive that we are going to turn around through this economy, through the economic recovery plan, but it needs us to prioritize out of the priorities that we have.
Just quickly on the passing away of Mr. F.W. de Klerk, as the ANC, what's your message?
We are saying to the family, let them receive our condolences. Mr. de Klerk was far better than any other leader which led South Africa, and we are saying for that, he was not our hero, but he did what he was supposed to do.
I'm going to ask you, I think there's an entourage of the president approaching the National Assembly steps as we continue this conversation on the passing away of Mr. de Klerk as the ANC.
He was not our hero. He did what he was supposed to do because the pressure was mounting. He could not sit on a boiling lid. South Africans were resolved that if we are not getting our freedom, we're going to take arms and fight. So what he did was to save the country from the civil war, because we're far ready than that. So let him rest in peace. He has served South Africans as much as possible.
Thank you so much, ANC Chief Whip, Ms. Phemi Machotina, giving us a view on the passing away of the F.W. de Klerk, former president of the country. And we'll now cross back to studio. Okay, it seems like the president has just entered. If you can see there on the steps, is followed closely by Ms. Phemi Machotina, and this is the entourage of the president. And of course, he'll be closely monitoring what the finance minister will be saying in his medium-term budget policy statement. Of course, they must have had discussion in terms of the direction of the country and the economy. Of course, we do expect that after this entourage has left and parked at Tenes, where it's the presidential office, we'll have the minister and his entourage walking into the National Assembly. For now, guys, it's back to you in studio.
Thanks very much, Bulelani Philip there. The coronavirus pandemic has dealt a huge blow in terms of job losses and results.